Good day, my wonderful students. How are you today? I hope you are doing well, and I hope you are doing all the necessary things you need to do as regard to your education. You are visiting the school website, copying your notes, doing your assignments, reading for your test. I hope you are doing all that. All right, today we are going to look at our week 8 topic titled Food Purchasing, Processing, Preservation, and Safety 3. Do you understand? We've done 1, we've done 2. Today we are going to do 3. Yes, the third part of it is what we're going to do today. The first one, we discussed the definitions, the types, perishable and non-perishable. The second one, we discussed the factors to be considered when buying goods. This one, we are going to look into other things concerning food purchasing, processing, preservation, and safety. 3. Do you understand? All right, let us look at the learning objective of this particular topic. Now, at the end of this class, I want each and every one of you to be able to mention the preservation methods. Are you getting? Today we are looking into preservation method, and I want you to know how to preserve various food items. Okay? And I want at the end of this class you'll be able to state ways or guidelines for keeping food items safe. Is that taken? All right, let us go down. Method of food preservation. How do we preserve our food? How do you think we preserve our food? Number 1 is by smoking. Yes, by smoking. We say that by smoking, we all know what smoking is all about. When you bring out your fish, you put it on a wire gauze, put charcoal under it, and the heat will be the heat from the fire will be drying the fish. That is example. Now let us look at it. This involves putting the food in wire gauze, a rack, or a stick. Are you getting? Some suya people, they do put their own in the meat in a stick, isn't it? All right. Over smoke coming from firewood, lit fire. It might be firewood, it might be charcoal. Do you understand? Because of the part of the world where we are, Lagos. If it is in the village, we use firewood. That is where you see it very common. All right. Foods that can be smoked include meat, fish, and so on. Do you understand? These are the foods that can be smoked easily and very common. Is that taken? Smoking. You've known that. Now, another one is sun drying or solar drying. Sun drying, just putting your food under the sun and allow it as you are putting it. If the day is getting dark, you take it in. The next day you bring it out. You know, the sun, if the sun is hitting that food, the water in the food will be drying up. Do you know that? This involves putting the food under the direct ray of sun to dry. A food that can sun dry include maize, chips, vegetable. Do you understand? Egusi melon, you can sun dry them. So many things you can sun dry. Even your crayfish, if you notice that it's getting moist, then you do what? You put it under the sun to make it dry and look crisp again, isn't it? Yes, all these things you dry under the sun or solar drying. Is that taken? All right, another one is freezing. Another way we preserve our food is by freezing it. This involves keeping food at a very low temperature by keeping it in the freezer at 0 degree centigrade. Do you understand? Or below. Like fish, meat can be preserved by freezing. You know, when you buy meat, you put it in the partition of freezer. Are you getting it? Put it at the partition of freezer in order to keep it safe, it might block. But when you want to use it, to bring it out to defrost, and you still get the freshness of the first day. Are you getting? So you freeze those kind of food in order to get. But freezer, you cannot put your vegetable in the freezer. I hope you know. All right, let's look at other one. We have another one: use of chemicals and canning. Chemicals can be added to food to inhibit the action of enzymes, thereby preventing or stopping the growth of microorganisms. Now, look at it. I want to use this as an example. Beans. Do you know at the northern part, they use chemical in preserving beans, the beans we are eating today? That is why it's advisable to always wash your beans, if possible, parboil it and pour out the water. Pour out the water so that you pour away the chemical, use the preserving. Do you know why they are putting it chemical? All these are rice, beans, the one they hoard for a long time, they put chemical so that weevils will not enter it. If weevils enter it, that means it's the beans or the that grain, even corn, will just waste like that. But when they apply that chemical, weevil will not go close to that food. Is that taken? All right. Now let us look at another subtopic: ways of storing food item. How do we store food item? Do you understand? Number one, I want us to look at how the guidelines for storing perishable food. That is, from our week one, we studied perishable and non-perishable and semi-perishable. But now, the guidelines on how you can store your perishable food is: number one, you store meat and fish in the freezer compartment. You know, in a fridge, unless you have a complete fridge or complete freezer. But the one that has freezer and fridge, there's freezer and there's fridge. So you be mindful of that and know the kind of food item you store in various in any of them. Are you getting? Now, food like meat, fish can be stored in the freezer compartment. Is that taken? Now, store fruits and vegetable in crisper compartment or the lower part of the refrigerator. I don't know if your refrigerator used to have that removable transparent bowl under it. That is where you put your fruits and vegetable before you now put it in the fridge. Are you getting? You If you remove that transparent box in your fridge, the fridge compartment, then you put your fruits and vegetable in there and you put them back to the fridge. That will help it will sustain it, because water will not be touching the vegetable and water will not be touching the fruits. That will make it to last like 3 days and thereabouts without anything happening to it, as long as the fridge is on, because the fridge will keep it at the normal temperature and it will look fresh when you want to use them. Is that taken? All right. Let us look at other ones. Some perishable foods can also be processed to prolong their shelf time. Like tomato can be processed into puree. Fish and meat could also be what? Smoked. If you don't want to refrigerate it, you don't want to put it inside refrigerator, you can smoke it, which I've said before. Now, to that tomato, you can blend it. If you blend it, after blending it, you cook it, dry the water, and you put it in the container, put in the freezer. Is that taken? All right, you can do that. Now, some vegetable like leafy vegetable could even be wrapped with paper before putting them in the refrigerator. That's another way of preserving leafy vegetable like ugu, like a tete, our ewedu. You wrap it in a paper, put it in a nylon, tie it before you put in the refrigerator. Nothing will happen to it as long as that refrigerator is on, and keep giving it the normal temperature that it needs. Do you understand? All right, let us look at the remaining one. Do not store fruits and vegetables for so long so that they cannot lose their taste, color, nutritive value. If you leave like fruits or vegetable for like 1 week, I don't know what you are eating again. You are eating rubbish. The highest is 2 days. Are you getting? Take them, consume them so that the nutritive value will still be there. You will still get the taste and the color of that fruit will still be there, even the vegetable. Is that taken? So let us go on as we look at the guidelines for storing non-perishable foods. These non-perishable foods are those foods that cannot spoil easily. How do you store them? Store foods such as rice, beans, soya beans, maize in airtight container to avoid attack of weevils. Do you understand? If you don't want to add chemical in preservation, those that use this chemical are those that cultivate, those farmers that cultivate this thing in large quantity. Do you understand? How many container do you want them to buy? They can buy container. But me and you that are consuming it, when I buy like maybe 1 bag of rice or half bag of rice, I need to put it in a container, tight it very well so that weevils will not enter, especially beans, corn. Rice will still stay longer before you see weevils there. But beans and corn is just it's not taking time. It doesn't take time. You start seeing weevils there. And some people, when they see weevils, they will stop. They will tell you that they are not eating it again. It has spoiled. Are you getting? So the way you preserve it is to put them in a airtight container, tie them very well. If air is not entering it, there's no way weevils will grow in them. Do you understand? Now, another way you can store them is store only foods that are not yet attacked by weevils or other food spoiling microorganisms. You can only store beans or food that are not yet attacked by microorganisms. Do you understand? It's not beans that has weevils already. If you put it in airtight container, it will still the weevils will still be attacking the remaining ones. Is that taken? So it's better when you buy them neat, you store them in an airtight container so that it will prevent the weevils to come in at the first place. But if there's any weevil, even if it's one, that one will grow and be attacking the other ones. Is that clear? Okay. Now, store dry foods in dry, airy, and well ventilated container or chamber. Like, what will I now use as an example? Dry food, very dry, the food that is very, very dry. Put it in an airy container that is well ventilated. There are all these seed that you buy, or like our what would I call it? Like our cola nuts, our bitter cola, all those some of those things that are very dry, some of our food that are very dry, put them in a container, a ventilated place. Do you understand? So that it will not be getting mold on the body. Moist will now gather on the body. Do you understand? So you make sure you store them properly. Add dry pepper to the container used for storing food like beans, rice, melon, etc. And cover tightly in order to prevent weevils. That's another way to. I could remember when I was in my house, when I was still a young girl, my mom, if you want to store beans, will buy pepper. He will not grind it to just buy pepper, put it in the he will pour the beans at a point, he pour pepper, pour beans, pour pepper, pour beans and add pepper, just like that. And at the end of the day, pepper will be the last thing that will be at the before you now cover it, so that you will now cover it, and at the same time use nylon or something to cover it again, because it's a kind of bath, big bath like that. Do you understand? That is how she preserves the beans. And the beans, things like that. Because we in our family, anytime we see weevils in any beans, we tell my mom, no, we cannot eat. If she cooks it, nobody will want to eat it. We'll be sick, we will be bringing the weevil. This is ants. You want us to eat ants? No, I'm not eating. That is how we will leave the food. So many children today, they are still doing it. And even some adults, they are still irritated to eat. And that is why you need to preserve your food properly. Is that taking? All right. With this, I believe you understood the the learning objective. You've gotten the point and what I want you to learn for today, which is to mention the preservation method. Do you understand? We have the preservation method, we have smoking method, freezing method, sun drying method, and then chemical method, isn't it? You have known them and know how they are being used to preserve food. And I believe you can as well mention the ways or guidelines to preserve perishable and non-perishable foods. Yes, if you enjoy this class, my dear, I wish to bring it to the end of this class. And I I actually enjoy it. I wish you enjoy it with me. And please go online. Go online. Make sure you copy the comprehensive notes of this topic. Do your assignments. There is this assignment that is very important that I've given in that topic. Do it and read for your test. Get ready, always get ready. Is that taking? And as you are going to write your test, I wish you best of luck. I miss you all and I love you so much. Mix you. Bye for now.